You were not supposed to see this, but someone has bought land in your name secretly. Archangel Michael says, this was meant to stay hidden forever. You were never meant to discover the truth, but heaven has decided to reveal what others have tried to bury beneath silence and signatures. A deal has been made, your name, your identity, your legacy used in a transaction behind your back. This land purchase wasn't made to bless you, it was a move made in the dark, without your voice, without your permission. The signatures may appear legal, but the intentions are anything but pure. You've been asking why certain things feel blocked, delayed, or strangely off. Now you know a part of your destiny has been touched without your consent. Someone very close has used your name to secure a plot that carries more than dirt, it carries hidden energy. You were not supposed to see this, but you're seeing it now because heaven is tired of watching your blessings being rerouted without your knowledge. The truth is, this land carries more than value, it carries spiritual weight. Type Amen to get blessing 448. The person who made this purchase in your name did it with a smile on their face and fear in their heart. They feared that you would surpass them, they feared what would happen if you rose fully into your calling. So they tried to tie your energy down with something permanent, something earthly, something that would connect your name to their secret agenda. The documents have been processed, but what they didn't expect was spiritual exposure. Archangel Michael says, there are angels that walk with you who recorded the moment your name was written into that land document. Not to honor you, but to control you, and now those same angels are bringing the truth to your doorstep. This land is connected to your bloodline. But instead of being a blessing passed down with love, it has become a battlefield for power, greed, and hidden resentment. Type Amen to get blessing 199. You may have felt strange dreams lately, you may have seen unfamiliar land, houses, buildings, or faces you don't recognize. That wasn't random. Your spirit has already been taken to this place. The energy tied to it is not clean. Someone who claims to care for you is trying to plant their roots by pretending to give you soil, but they never intended for you to benefit from it. The deal was made under the guise of family. But what they truly wanted was legal access to your name, your divine identity, so they could pull strings in your absence. But heaven has stepped in. The moment you opened this message, spiritual fire began to break the chains connected to that hidden land. Type Amen to get blessing 550. That if you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. They thought you'd never find out. They thought this transaction would stay buried behind fake smiles and forged intentions. But now the light is too strong, the shadows can't hide anymore. Someone from your own circle signed off on this, likely someone older, who knows your history, your potential, and your family's inheritance patterns. They acted like they were helping, but they were binding you to something deeper. This land may be in a remote place or under a name you don't recognize immediately. But your identity is on it. Your energy is attached. And that is why your spirit feels tangled even when you're physically far. You've been feeling like something was watching you, because this land is spiritually tied to your journey. It's not just about Earth. It's about control. Type Amen to get blessing 886. Someone wanted to build their future by stepping on your foundation. They believed if they used your name, they could inherit your favor too. but favor is not transferable through signatures, it's woven into your spirit. This woman or man knew that using your name would open spiritual gates. But now those gates are collapsing under their deception. What they opened with false intentions is turning into a spiritual storm. And they're starting to feel it: uneasiness, legal worries, bad dreams, strange financial losses. The same land they purchased to trap you is now haunting them. They will try to act like nothing is wrong when they see you. But their eyes will shift. Their hands will sweat. Because your presence now carries too much truth. Type Amen to get blessing 703. Says, prepare. You are going to receive a call or message that sounds innocent, but it will be about property, land, or family decisions. Don't answer quickly. Don't sign quickly, don't agree blindly. Heaven is not warning you to scare you, it's equipping you. You have every right to take back what is tied to your name. But do it wisely. Do it with spiritual armor, not emotion. This land is part of a bigger puzzle. It connects to your inheritance, not just in wealth, but in purpose. Someone tried to reroute it for themselves, thinking you'd be too distracted to notice. But you are noticing now. And now that you've seen it, you cannot unsee it. Your awakening has already caused a shift in the spirit world. Type Amen to get blessing 402. The land may hold more than one secret. It could be tied to a will, a hidden letter, a forgotten promise. Someone thought by keeping you uninformed, they could keep control, but God has watched every move. The documents, the meetings, the whispered conversations, they're all written in the spiritual records. And judgment is now active. You are not to fear this. You are to walk boldly. This land was tied to your journey for a reason, and you will now redeem it righteously, powerfully, and completely. The one who tried to steal your portion will be silenced. Not by your hand, but by heaven's command. Type Amen to get blessing 377. Someone is going to bring you good news soon. They'll say something like, "We bought this for you," or "We kept this in your name for future use." But don't be fooled. That's not generosity, that's manipulation. They never planned to tell you until it served their purpose. And now they see you awakening, they want to control how you react, but you won't react. You'll respond with strength, discernment, and clarity. You've grown. You've seen behind their mask. And now, you're ready. This land is not just territory. It is symbolic of your spiritual placement. And no one, not even family, can remove you from what is rightfully yours. Type Amen to get blessing September 1990. Archangel Michael says, walk into this season with confidence. Your name carries heavenly authority. No earthly document can cancel what God has written. Let them smile. Let them pretend. But heaven is flipping the page, and in this new chapter, you are the owner, the heir, the rightful receiver. You will not be deceived again. You will not be manipulated again. You will not be silent again. This is the hour where every hidden thing tied to your name will rise, and when it does, you will take your place, not with apology, but with divine power. Type Amen to get blessing 333. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks. with contributions of up to $20. They tried to bind your name to something permanent without your presence. They thought if they placed your identity on the papers, you would unknowingly carry the burden. But what they didn't expect is that the spiritual realm had already rejected their plan. This land has a story. A reason why they wanted it connected to you. It holds value beyond what can be measured in currency. It holds ancestral ties, old bloodline roots, and divine timing. But they tried to skip the process. They attempted to inherit without honor. Now the land is rejecting their energy because it doesn't recognize their spirit. It was never meant for them. Type Amen to get blessing February 2017. You'll start to feel it soon. Visions, strange emotions, sudden memories. That's your soul reacting to the truth they try to hide from you. Someone in your circle has been silent for too long. They know everything, but fear keeps them quiet. They've seen the documents. They've heard the discussions, but now, even they are getting dreams that won't let them rest. Soon, this person will approach you, trembling. They will tell you more than you expect. Their words will unlock a wave of clarity, and after that, everything hidden will fall into the open. The land they bought in your name carries legal power, but spiritual chains, and the moment you take it back with truth, those chains will snap. Type Amen to get blessing 681. Your name has weight. That's why they used it. Not because they wanted to bless you, but because they needed your light to complete their plan. But spiritual authority cannot be borrowed. It cannot be faked. And now, what they've built on your name is starting to crumble from the foundation. This person may come to you crying, begging for forgiveness, claiming they meant well. But that will not erase what they did behind your back. Forgive them. But don't be fooled again. This is not the time for blind compassion, it is the time for clarity. Type Amen to get blessing 974. Archangel Michael says, be wise, be calm. But don't be quiet anymore. The land they stole is yours to reclaim. And not just in the courts of man, but in the courts of heaven. You have the authority now. You will begin to notice legal language entering your path. Contracts, titles, property records. These are not coincidences, they are confirmations. God is giving you vision to see through deception. What once confused you will now be plain. What once intimidated you will now feel small. Type Amen to get blessing 300. They underestimated your discernment. They thought you'd never pay attention. But heaven sharpened your senses while they plodded in darkness. This land is just the beginning. Once you reclaim what was yours, other blessings will come out of hiding. The moment you say, "This is mine," the floodgates will open. This woman, or man, who made this move against you is now watching you closely. They are nervous, anxious, because deep down, they feel it coming. They thought you were distracted. They thought you were weak. But you are awakened now. And that changes everything. Type Amen to get blessing 889. There is a spiritual wall rising up to protect you. What was once a trap is now turning into a testimony. Soon, a voice from your family's past will emerge, either an elder, a document, or a prophetic dream. It will reveal how this land was always tied to your destiny, but the delay had a purpose. You weren't supposed to receive it while blind. You were supposed to receive it with clarity, power, and maturity. Now you have that. Now you're ready, and nothing can stop what's already been written in your name. Type Amen to get blessing 771. They may try one last attempt. One last lie. One final smile, but by then, it will be too late. The exposure will be loud. Public. Unstoppable. You will no longer have to defend yourself, your silence will scream louder than anything they can say. The truth will protect you. Archangel Michael says, "You've waited long enough. The land, the blessing, the reward, it's yours. And no forged signature or secret plan can take it away anymore." Type Amen to get blessing 06/1963. Even the earth beneath that land has been crying out. It knows your energy. It remembers your name. And now, as you walk forward, you will notice something shift, the air will feel different. The burden will lift. The lies will collapse. Let her pretend. Let him lie, but you, chosen one, you are rising with power now. You are walking back into your rightful place. The inheritance is returning. The transaction is breaking. The delay is over. Type Amen to get blessing 333. You are about to be presented with a document, one they never expected would land in your hands. A file, a message, a printed record will come to you suddenly, like it was guided by divine hands. Inside it, your name will appear in a place it never should have been. Connected to that land. They forged your presence on something sacred, they placed your name beside theirs not to honor you, but to cover themselves. Now, that very document is a ticking time bomb in their possession. They are scrambling in silence, trying to shift blame, trying to adjust the narrative before you connect the dots. Type Amen to get blessing July 2021. You'll notice conversations change when you enter the room, people will become quiet, guarded, uncomfortable. That's because they know what you're about to uncover. Even some who seemed uninvolved knew about this act. They watched it unfold, but chose silence over righteousness. Now, heaven is holding them accountable too. The weight of this exposure is too heavy to carry quietly. The truth will rise louder than every lie they tried to bury you beneath. Archangel Michael says, "This land has cried for justice. And now, justice has arrived through your awakening." Type Amen to get blessing 555. Don't ignore the little things, the mail that seems off, the emails you almost missed, the sudden shift in someone's attitude. These are all signs. This woman or man who orchestrated the purchase tried to spiritually attach your energy to land filled with past pain and future curses. But heaven blocked it from taking root. Still, the physical record was created, and that's what gives you legal right, spiritually and naturally, to take back what's tied to your name. But be strategic. Be wise. And walk in silence until the moment to act arrives. Type Amen to get blessing 118. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. You'll soon hear someone say, "You don't need to worry about that land." That's your signal. That's the one who knows more than they say. They'll try to downplay it, minimize the importance, make it seem like a gift, but don't fall for it. This was never about generosity, it was about manipulation wrapped in paperwork. Their fear isn't about you finding out, it's about what happens after you do. Because they know the law of heaven moves faster than the law of man. And when it moves, it doesn't just remove, it restores double. Type Amen to get blessing 902. You are not who you were when they started this scheme. They thought you were blind. Now your eyes burn with revelation. They thought you were too passive to challenge it. Now your spirit stands up in divine fire. They thought time would protect their secret. But time was only a countdown to exposure. Even now, the land they try to hide with your name is attracting legal attention. Something is shifting in the background. Authorities will begin to question certain signatures. You won't have to say much. The truth will speak for itself. Type Amen to get blessing 440. Archangel Michael says, be prepared for tears, apologies, emotional breakdowns. The one who did this will soon act desperate. But do not confuse drama with remorse. Stand still. Watch how their own plan traps them. Watch how heaven uses their actions against them. Your silence has been your greatest weapon. Your patience has been your armor. And now, divine timing is your reward. There will be whispers, rumors, sudden interest in your well-being. That's because they feel the shift. They know the countdown has begun. Type Amen to get blessing 832. Very soon, your name will be cleared of everything they try to wrap it in. You will walk free, legally, spiritually, and emotionally. You will get the choice to reclaim the land or release it completely. Either way, you will no longer be bound by their decisions. The burden is lifting. The web is tearing. The plan has collapsed. Now the angels are waiting for your next step. Step forward without fear. You were never meant to be a victim, you were always the vessel of truth. Type Amen to get blessing May 2009. They used your name thinking it was powerless without your awareness. But your name is covered, sealed, guarded. The moment your spirit became aware, everything they built on it started falling apart. You are walking into divine legal favor, into spiritual redemption, into full ownership of everything tied to your soul and identity. And they will watch as your truth becomes the very fire that burns their lies to ash. Type Amen to get blessing 333. There's more tied to this land than papers. There are emotions, secrets, and spiritual debts buried in its soil. The one who used your name believed they could trap your legacy in a plot of earth. But what they didn't see is that your legacy is not land, it is divine light, and it cannot be buried. You were marked for favor before they ever thought of their scheme. They tried to own a part of your future by stealing a piece of your past. But the angels assigned to you are now standing between you and every hidden trap. You will soon hear of a confrontation. Two people involved in this deception will argue, and during their clash, the truth will slip out. Someone will speak your name, and that will trigger the unraveling of everything. Type Amen to get blessing 667. One of the people involved is tired. They've been carrying this guilt like a boulder on their chest. They were promised a reward for helping hide this truth, but all they got was anxiety and spiritual torment. Now they are ready to confess. Not because they care for you, but because the pressure is consuming them. They can't sleep, they're having dreams where your face appears in places they try to erase you from. They may send a message. It may start with "I didn't know how to tell you this," but don't delete it. That message is a key. Read it, save it. Let heaven guide your next move. You'll know who it is the moment you feel that deep inner stillness, like a wind has paused around you. That's the divine confirmation. Type Amen to get blessing 288. Archangel Michael says, "You will not only reclaim what was taken, you will inherit more than what was stolen." This isn't just about one land deal. It's about the breaking of an old cycle. For too long, others have spoken your name in places you were never invited. For too long, they've made decisions on your behalf without your voice in the room. Now, heaven is placing your voice above their noise, and what was plotted in silence will now be corrected in light. They built walls around what was yours, but those walls are crumbling. Brick by spiritual brick. Type Amen to get blessing 110. Soon, someone will show you a map, a layout, a deed. It will feel like coincidence, but it's not. Heaven is putting pieces in front of you to lead you directly to what was stolen. You won't need to fight. The truth will do the lifting. The legal shift will happen faster than expected. But you must move with calm wisdom, not revenge, not chaos. Walk in with spiritual dignity and let your presence command the atmosphere. The land will be returned. Your name will be cleared. Their intentions will be revealed, and your destiny will be untouched by their deception. Type Amen to get blessing 444. There's a neighbor connected to this land who has been watching everything. They may not know the full story, but they've seen strange movements. They know something doesn't feel right. That person will soon speak up. It may come through a random conversation or an unplanned visit, but what they say will shock you. They'll mention details only someone close to the land could know, about who came, what was said, and how your name was spoken in secrecy. Do not fear. That conversation is part of your confirmation. Type Amen to get blessing 900. God is removing every veil, every layer of confusion, every fog that kept you blinded to what was truly happening. The time for silence is over. The hour of justice has come, and every hand that moved against you without consent will now face the consequence. They used your name for gain, but now, your name is about to shine for glory. Your story is shifting from victim to vessel, from deceived to divinely empowered. What they meant as a trap is turning into your testimony. Type Amen to get blessing 562. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. Archangel Michael says, do not worry about what happens to them. Their downfall is being handled by a higher court. Your focus must now be on the rebuilding of your confidence, your authority, your peace. You're not walking back into that land with bitterness. You're walking in with a royal spirit. It's already yours, take it back with grace. And when you do, don't announce it, let the shift be your silence. Let the favor speak before you ever say a word. They will see it. They will feel it. And they will finally understand, you cannot touch what heaven has sealed. Type Amen to get blessing 333.